We found out something a little bit strange, a little bit creepy about the relationship between Elon Musk and Donald Trump. We've been following how there's a little bit of a divide going on. MAGA is upset with Elon Musk. Trump came out and sided with Musk, but is reportedly annoyed at Elon Musk for causing this division. We don't have to get into it all again, but it relates to the H-1B visa program. And I think we all were uncomfortable with how close the relationship between Donald Trump and Elon Musk has been, the way that Elon Musk seemingly bought his way into influence and is now being given this huge amount of power in the upcoming Trump administration. Because why? Well, he leveraged the buying of a social media platform to help Trump. And he spent in the hundreds of millions directly to help Trump's campaign. And that's what got him the access that he now has. And Trump has given him a strange amount of influence for them not knowing each other this very long. Well, it's even weirder than we thought, okay? Apparently, Elon Musk is laying his head down, I should say, mere feet away from Trump. So they're not sleeping in the same bed, not quite, but far too close. The New York Times had a report how Elon Musk has planted himself almost literally at Trump's doorstep. For much of the period since Election Day, the billionaire has been staying at a $2,000 a night cottage at Mar-a-Lago, giving him easy access to the president-elect. And Raw Story specified for us that Musk is staying in the Banyan Cottage, several hundred feet from the big house. So sleeping very close to where Donald Trump is. Elon Musk is sleeping near, Raw Story continues, Donald Trump. Very interesting wording. In a cottage at the Mar-a-Lago club that would normally cost at least $2,000 each night. Not each month, each night. Who is spending that to go stay at Mar-a-Lago so that you can have all the sound of planes over? I don't know. But the headline here was Trump bragging to friends Musk renting cottage from him at $2,000 a night. And that was, again, according originally to the New York Times. But first off, why is that a brag? Yeah, obviously, Elon Musk wants to be near you. He'll pay a lot of money to be near you. But something is just really strange about him literally sleeping very, very close as almost any human to Donald Trump. Definitely closer than Melania. That I can tell you for certain. And it's a very physical representation of a concerning relationship that only came about, as I keep saying, because of Elon Musk's wealth being dumped into Trump's campaign. But then, as I'll get to in this upcoming clip, even Trump's own supporters are now getting uncomfortable, as has been a narrative we've been following for many days now. But each time you stumble across another clip of these hardcore, the person you see on screen now is Lauren Loomer. She is hardcore pro-Trump. But even they are going, is Trump corrupt? Is there corruption? While you watch this clip, please do click the subscribe button if you appreciate this show to support in a free way this channel.
Surprised we haven't heard from any of these folks in Trump world right now. You know, Steve, these people are on Fox a lot. Stephen's a good friend of mine. Stephen Miller used to come on my show once every week or two or so. But I'm very close, and I text them, and ominously, I haven't heard back. So I'm not sure where they are. Is it possible they've been told to stand down?
Well, I think that this is the problem. This is the problem when you allow for a billionaire to make a $200 million donation. And so maybe we really do need to have campaign finance regulations in this country. I mean, essentially what is happening, and I love President Trump. I'm not saying that President Trump is bought and paid for, but it sounds like people are scared of crossing the king of the world, Elon Musk, the monarch, okay? Nobody wants to cross this guy, the richest man in the world who controls access to social media, the digital town square, and is now basically has everybody in a codependent, abusive relationship like they're a bunch of junkies, because he's been able to monetize the platform so that all the conservatives using his platform are are essentially addicted. They're a bunch of addicts now, addicted to social media because their voices were silenced for so long. And it's like cutting a junkie off cold turkey. Okay, you're going to go crazy and you're going to have withdrawals. And he understands now that he's created this codependent junkie versus supplier relationship where if you question or if you try to criticize Elon Musk, you will be demonetized.
Yeah, so what she's talking about is people are having their accounts restricted, conservatives. They're having their monetization taken away, their ability to have subscribers taken away. People like Laura Loomer, who, as I've told you many times, terrible person. She's correct, though, to point out that this is a violation of the very principle Elon Musk articulated. Now, I don't think it's reasonable for any owner of a platform to specifically target people based on disagreements over issues when the person's not violating that platform's terms of service. But the broader thing we told them before is, guys, platforms will have terms of service and then they'll get to enforce them. That's how it goes. That's not a violation of your free speech because it doesn't pertain to the government. And then you can take issue with those terms of services. And you can vote with your dollar, as they used to tell us. Well, then they all celebrated that finally Elon Musk is going to come in and protect conservatives, even if we were only being banned or restricted previously because of obvious violations of term of service. Now we are going to have the proper platform run the way that we like with the hero Elon Musk. But then when one guy with the character of Elon Musk actually controls the ban button or the suspension button, demonetization button, it gets bad very fast when this is obviously not consistent with the principle that he articulated, which was he was bringing back free speech in America. And people like Laura Loomer were very pumped about that. But now it's backfiring because he is targeting people in, no matter how terrible some of the people might be, in admittedly an unfair, unreasonable way. Doing so because he doesn't handle criticism well, I guess. And his recourse is to leverage his power over this platform against them. So this is the chaos. But meanwhile, the reason why maybe Trump is coming out and siding with MAGA on the H-1B visa issue is because Elon's literally in his ear. He's right there. Continuing on checking in, you have people like Alex Jones, who doesn't like how much this is dividing MAGA. And now for some reason, in another different location, he's always either in the desert or now he's in a snowy terrain. I thought he was in Texas. He's all over the place. And he has a message for everyone who wants to listen.
I haven't said much in the last 5 or 6 days with the big Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy, skilled visa program firestorm.
Mostly because I have no idea what that program is and I can't understand it.
Because, quite frankly, my broadcast has always been focused on trying to get people to wake up to the big picture of the globalist and their anti-human operation, their depopulation operation. And
I don't want people to focus on a real debate because I'm too busy creating a fake debate.
Then dealing with taking them down on current issues like trying to stop Trump from getting into office. You know, the Democrats are moving to not have Trump certified on January 6th. And you can have Trump 8+ years ago campaigning, saying the H-1B visa program is abused, which I've totally agreed with. Needs to be cut back probably 95%. To then Trump recently saying, no, he agrees with Elon Musk, we need more skilled workers. Millions of people being brought in under that every few years is wrong. But at the same time, you can't have zero people coming in that have the best skills and things. And I agree we should try to hire Americans. But my issue with all this is just the vitriol and hatred towards Musk. And look, Ramaswamy could have said what he said better. I actually said why people got pissed off at that. But at the same time, I just want to see that anger and focus on the Democrats and the globalists and on the carbon taxes and on Klaus Schwab and Bill Gates. And they're trying to roll out a new pandemic right now. And Elon's against that.
This guy's something. Before the election, he said they're never going to let the election happen. They're going to steal it. The election happens, Trump wins, and he now has a new thing, which is they're going to prevent Trump from coming into office. At some point, he's just going to have to admit his predictions are wrong. Now he's saying that they, Klaus Schwab, are rolling out a new pandemic. I'm assuming he's talking about the pandemics that we want to prevent as a global community. And so we're calling attention to where the diseases that they could start from. Sounding the alarms when signs of a pandemic pop up. That's the globalists rolling out a new pandemic, as opposed to them wanting to get ahead and prevent and handle better a future pandemic. What a guy.
He's against the totally open borders and the giant human trafficking. And so my point is, criticize Musk, make your point, have a debate. But then when people don't agree with you, and then you don't get liked, or people individually don't want to follow you, or don't want to sit there and see your post, and then the algorithm, because it's unpopular what you're saying, pushes you down. That's not Elon Musk censoring you. So that's all I'm saying is, let's think about where we'd be right now if it wasn't for Donald Trump and Elon Musk and people like Tucker Carlson and others, and all of you out there. But we're not in a cult here. We're going to all debate each other, and that's important. It should happen. But we shouldn't just then call each other traitors and stuff if we don't 100% agree on issues. When it comes down to it, we're pro-American, we're capitalist, we're pro-human, and we're anti-globalist, we're anti-World War III. I mean, Sarah Palin coming out criticizing Musk. I mean, Mrs. Warmonger, and I like her on a lot of things, but come on. She's kind of Dick Cheney light, so I don't want to hear anything from her, the running mate of Mitt Romney. I mean, really, give me a break.
Isn't he so brave? He's he's anti-World War III. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for helping to stop that. For doing the absolutely nothing that you're doing to stop that, other than pushing conspiracy theories that, again, do nothing. I'm anti-World War III. Wow. So he's saying, and as crazy as it is to admit this, he's actually being more rational, which is, as a movement, especially an issue like the H-1B visa program, like that's not the most pressing issue, but I guess is connected to a broader, a litmus test? Are you anti-immigration enough for MAGA, right? That's probably why it's getting so much attention. But on an issue like that as a movement, you're not supposed to break into a bunch of factions and start tearing each other apart just because you disagree on something. But I think a big thing that's causing it is, while normally the MAGA folks who go, oh, we're being censored, we're being banned unfairly, and we're such victims on social media platforms, are being dramatic. In this case, Elon Musk actually was doing that. He actually targeted people just because they disagreed, and then he lost his mind on social media, even though he's the one correct about the actual issue, which is the weird part about this. And so Alex Jones, who normally would be going, oh, they're censoring, he is an example of someone who was banned off of platforms and does perceive himself to be a victim in that way. And in this case, though, while he'd normally be along with the other conservatives saying, yes, we're being censored, except this time there's an actual situation where they are being targeted unfairly, even though they're wrong on the issue. He's taking the side of Elon and saying he's not going after people. Your view's not popular. Would he be saying that if he were the one being demonetized? Now, I'm sure you have plenty of terms of service violations from the likes of Laura Loomer that could cause demonetization, but that was never a problem for Elon. That's why he bought the platform, was to bring people like Laura Loomer back to the top. But now it's a problem. Because, like a toddler, as someone described him as, now I'm forgetting, he doesn't take criticism well. Is that a thing that toddlers deal with? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Support the show. Get the members only bonus show by clicking that join button below.